So today's video is about racism in the Philippines.
Why should I change myself when there will be people that would accept me?
For me, I think it's super racist. Tends to judge like you're pretty if you're white, and if you're dark, you look ugly.
But for me, I find that one super racist with the black and then the white. And now the perfect is the Filipino. Yeah, I find it super racist.
And I did not realize that this is racist when, Black Lives Matters was in full bloom.
Hey guys, so yeah, we're out here, we're in Calapan. This is about to be home now, but we're actually at the gym. Let's go get a workout in, let's go. Hey guys, so today's video is about racism in the Philippines. Now, we're gonna get into it, we're gonna do a little bit of reaction. This is about a video that I actually did. I was in, I say about, what was it, like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. I did a video on Bani Logrono's channel.
To hear other people's perspectives, I sat down with 4 individuals from different walks of life to hear their stories about racism in the Philippines.
Great video, great channel. Go check it out. You see the link in the description for that video. But we talked about racism in the Philippines. Now, things we addressed was just the things that you guys already know about, things that happen here in the Philippines and how the Philippines is racist in certain ways. Let's get into it.
What could you ladies say about that?
Sad to say, but this is a lesson from a grade 7 English literature in the Philippines and one of the Tagalog creation myths.
I find it super racist. Especially like they use the name of God.
It's really racist.
Did not realize that this is racist when, Black Lives Matters was in full bloom.
That time, I was taught that story is he was asleep, and when he woke up, his dough is super, burned, and he called it black.
The other dough is undercooked, that's why it's white. And the last dough is just right.
Like watch the dough, and then by that time it turns like brown, and then like this is perfect.
That is the brown people. And yeah, I find it racist in some point.
I think they're trying to say that
Yes.
if you're black, you're not perfect. If you're white, not perfect. So if you're brown, since you're Filipino, you're perfect enough. I think that's what they're trying to do in that.
In some point, because why would you classify people black, white, and brown? And the meat.
But for me, I find that one super racist, because like with the black and then the white, and now the perfect is the Filipino. Yeah, I find it super racist.
The center point of the myth is not either black or white, but the supremacy of those brown people. So yeah, I found it very, very racist at some point. Yeah, as a teacher, it's like, oh my God, what happened to the education of the Philippines?
That's right, but it's so wrong in so many different ways because it's saying that people that are too white are not good enough. People that are too black are not good enough. The people that are brown are perfect. And that's just wrong. And it's saying also at the same point, and this was horrible, it's calling black people crispy. That's what it's saying. People that are real dark are crispy. It's super racist. It's it's even racist to white people too. It's saying white people are not even good enough. It's saying nobody, only thing good enough is a Filipino. But in that case, that person like me and like all of the American Indians were brown too. We're not. I don't want to get into that.
It's just that this is my first time hearing that, but I realize it, like, let's say, yeah, with the Black Lives Matter, that, oh my God, that one of the creation myths is racist. But I did not expect that this would be presented in a YouTube video, because it's only a creation myth. from a middle school, from a middle school perspective,
But
and
at the same time,
I'm
at
teaching
the
it
s- yeah.
unknowingly.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad because yes,
Oh.
because unknowingly I'm teaching it for 8 years. Like, okay, creation meat, this is
Oh.
the creation meat that we have, and then other creation meats. And I said, I did not say that they are racist, but the emphasis there is okay, so what this is my based on my experience. Oh, okay, so we as brown people are lucky that we are loved by God. And that was my dialogue back then. And
Oh
then,
wow.
yes, that was my dialogue back then. And I was kind of teaching, accepting, in the back of my mind, I said, oh, I'm teaching this to accept the color of a Filipino being brown and not to be too white or too dark. And
Mm.
now, with the Black Lives Matter and how I realized that this creation myth and Tagalog for for that sense was like, oh my God, we are racist.
It's the fact, and I addressed it later. I addressed it later. Actually, in that same video, I said for the fact that they're teaching it to children. I even said it back then. I said it's dead wrong because they're teaching it to children. You're molding the minds of kids to be colorist, racist. And Filipinos already has that stigma over it, where people are naturally judgmental. So for kids to learn that from school at an early age, it's horrible. Philippine school system is dead wrong. This was put on Abigail, and she didn't really. It took her till now to, you know what, fully digest what's being spurred out there to her children, or being how the kids' minds are being molded. The kids' minds are being molded like this, and like forget. You know how people say, "Oh, well," and it's crazy because in U.S. they say, "Oh, well, don't say a boy can't be a girl and a girl can't be a boy." Forget that. That's normal stuff. That's regular. I mean, now we're talking about you telling kids that black is crispy is like not right, and then if you're too white, you're not good. Like what are you telling the kids? It's wrong.
They use the name of God. You know that?
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
that's that's
Yeah.
what makes it worse.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the thing that makes it even more worse. Yeah, is that they're using the name of God.
It's really racist. I think they're trying to say that it's okay if your color is brown because you're perfect.
Yes.
If you're black, you're not perfect. If you're white, not perfect. So if you're brown, since you're Filipino, you're perfect enough. I think that's what they're trying to do in that story.
That
I
is
think it's
just
really racist.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow, they're relating your skin tone to actually getting a job.
Yes.
Para ma-hire ka rin, maging maputi ka din.
So is that racist?
Yeah, for me, I think it's super racist for me.
Okay. It's sad because, yeah, that certain product that you are judged based on your color, how light or how dark you are, and it is promoted here, is how it is makes teenagers, Filipino teenagers, need to put effort to be pretty.
Because sometimes they just if you're white, you look rich. They just sometimes they judge like you're pretty if you're white, and if you're dark, you look ugly.
That's why I choose not to do gluta when I can afford that I can do glutathione and whitening products. It's just that why should I change myself when there will be people that would accept me? And forming it to teenagers where they need to be accepted, that they need to be feel accepted and belong to a group. They have to make effort on that. And the standard beauty is now construed into being whiter or lighter of skin color, and not to accept that their skin color is just right for them.
Bro, you are too dark. You're beautiful like that one. But in the Philippines, nobody, what's that? Nobody told me that is I'm beautiful. So yeah, just like now. But now I don't care. Like now I don't care. I don't, because like when that one my natural color is like this one, but well, it's it's his opinion is matter than the other.
That's why I always point it out again, sadly, to the mythology. Again, okay, God made you brown. If you are made brown, you are perfect. And that was what I was promoting. It's just that right now I said, no, I did not need to change my color because I love myself. I need to accept that this is my color. And yes, I get rejected romantically because of what I look and what I look like in color.
Because I experienced it before. Like I am when before, like I am too dark, and nobody say that is I'm beautiful. I'm like this they're making fun of my how like they're making fun of my skin color before that I look like a what's that monkey.
It's sad that this is promoted every day in the media in the Philippines.
When I woke up this morning, Cliff was like, "Oh, Ro, you're too dark. You're beautiful, like that one."
If you applying for a job, sometimes it's like if you're super white, oh, she's looks so pretty, and then it's like sometimes you're gonna get accepted first before the darker one. Sometimes you're being identified by its color sometimes. So, but for me, being pretty is like it's not about the color. It's about even you're dark. Sometimes those darker color has pretty face than those white because sometimes you're just pretty because you're too white and it give you color. It's like you look pretty if you're white. But for me, I think that sometimes the darker color is prettier because if they get whiter, they actually get the prettiest than the white one. But so all I can say on that post, the one in the billboard, it's really racist.
Said it perfectly, and I'll tell you what makes it horrible. What you ladies probably didn't see, what makes it horrible is that this is on a billboard. So that means children are gonna see.
Yeah.
That means, a baby. Think about it. A newborn baby is gonna come out of their mother's womb, right? Go be on the streets in the crib, and the baby. You know how babies are like this, and they can see up. So baby can look up and see the billboard. Now the baby's gonna start as the baby's learning, the baby's gonna remember seeing that billboard. So it's gonna slowly program the baby's mind because the baby's gonna keep seeing billboards like that. So it's programming kids from when they're 6 months to a year, already programmed that white is beautiful, and it even happened to Rue, where she had to get the skin whitener to make herself look a certain way because it's like that. And then Abigail went through it too. Abigail went through it. Even Kay was dark in the province. Remember Kay said, because when you play outside in the province, that's what kids do. Same thing happened with Rue. You play outside, you're gonna get dark.
Yeah.
And so in
right
the
now I'm dark now.
Yeah.
Cliff.
what
He's like,
happens?
Rue, I don't want
Yeah.
you being white. I don't want you being white. Color is fine. For me, it's sexy. So I don't care about others' thoughts, but what
Yeah.
matter is my husband's thoughts, and I'm comfortable to myself being like this. I don't
Yeah.
care if they beautiful. I'm beautiful or not, but Cliff
Yeah.
told me that I'm beautiful, so there you go.
I want to
That's all
share
that matters.
something also, Jay. Like sometimes, because of that, because people sometimes like if you're white, you're pretty. If you're dark, you're
Mhm.
not. You're ugly.
Mhm.
Sometimes the kids, even they're young, they're already just like, oh, you are. They have some words they're calling for the kids that
Mhm.
darker,
Yeah.
and they're what they girl or the other one. You making the kids to be a bully. You bully you. Oh, you're so dark. You look like this, and
Mhm.
Negra, is it Negra?
it's not negative.
Tagalog.
There's an
But
ugly word that they calling. I forgot the word, guys. Sorry.
Pinoy forever said
Yagit.
Yagit.
Yagit. It's not Yagit. What is
Okay.
this? Pinoyenyo. But that's actually bad word. They actually call the Miss Canada. They call Miss Canada like that. There's some
The
bad
N-word?
comment. Not the N word, but there's one word they call the Miss Canada before in the post in Instagram. I saw that Miss Canada posted that Filipino calling her like this, and that word was being called because some Filipino
Itim?
becoming It's not itim. It's being like they're becoming a basher too, because for them white is beauty and dark is ugly, which is very racist for me.
I have a question for you, ladies, from Tony Anderson. He said, "Are there many dark-skinned Filipino or Filipinos in TV or movies?"
Sadly to say, most Filipino and Filipina actors have foreign blood. And most
True.
naturally skinned actors are supporting actors only. Yeah, that's or being stereotyped as the sidekick or the comic relief on a show.
Actually, there's one Miss Universe that joined. She's a YouTuber. She's Ayin Bernos. I was watching her in the past, and she's actually dark screen. Not too dark, but she's dark screen. And then in TikTok, I was seeing her. She's trying to be. She joined the Miss Universe contest, and some people commented there like, "Oh, you have no chance. You're so dark." And people doesn't realize like she's the real example of the real Filipina. Because most of the people that join the Miss Universe, there's always sometimes half Australian, half Filipina. People also like they're more open-minded, saying that it's good that she joining because at least now there's a Filipina that really represent Filipina, which is the dark color or the brown color, not the white color contestant in Miss Universe. So I really hope she win or get the Miss Universe title.
This is more than one thing because we've been doing this for 2 hours. So yeah, you could be in probably 5 videos or 4 videos. So yeah.
Yeah, I wanna join more in what's that? Just let me know.
Bye,
let
Yeah,
us-
you
Thank
too,
you,
guys.
Clay.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. So now, do I think the Philippines is racist? In certain ways, it is, and I spoke about it as well. Now, the way it is because the things that happen in the culture now has been actually placed into the culture. I don't know by who. Of course, we know by who, but I don't know by who. But still, it's things that have been put on Filipinos for them to look at each other that way, and I call it colorist actually, and to look at it and actually down other Filipinos. Like in the Philippines, you get down for having a tan. So usually everybody's trying to look like Koreans in the Filipino culture for the most part. You have some that understand and know their worth, and they're fine with going with a tan. Like me, I'm tan. This is a Filipino complexion, okay? There's a lot of Filipinos that are fine with that, but for the most part, actually, the majority of them, they're taught to have the whiter complexion, okay, that helps you get more jobs, helps put you in a better position. You're looked at as having more money, usually. If you're a lighter than me, or if you're my complexion, you get looked at as someone that's poor, which is not the case. And you know what? For that matter, for most part, that is true, and it's sad, but it's true that usually the people that are poorer usually have jobs working in the sun. But for a person to get put down for that, is it right? No, it's not right, but it's the culture. That's one of the things that will take hundreds, like over 100, 200 years to change. It's just not changing anytime soon. I'm not gonna try to change that. That right there is hard, okay? It's hard to change. It's gonna take this generation to start looking at things differently. It's gonna take this generation to stop saying, okay, to kind of put that to the side, to get it out of kids' heads, you know, and it starts with the children. Because if children grow up thinking that at a young age, that's gonna be something that's gonna continuously be in the culture, okay? So, you know, if there's any kids watching this, don't play part in that. Don't look at it that way. Because when you're young, when you're a baby, okay, you grow up, you look at everybody with love, okay? You wanna play with everybody. And for the most part, all of you still do. So don't have these things embedded in your head, okay? And we can't change it with the older Filipinos. You know, usually when you hit over 15, 16 years old, it's hard to change it, okay? So it's not gonna change, and I'm not gonna change that, but still, it's something that's a big thing out here. Now, for the most part, if you're a black guy and you come to the Philippines, they're not gonna look at you and say, oh, black man, get out of my country. It's not racist like that, okay? But for the most part, they look at each other and skin tone and say, okay, you're poor. It's racist like that. Is it still racist in some ways? Yes, it is. as you've seen in the video, if you go back and watch that video, you see Filipinos saying that that's racist. There were Filipinos saying it. So yeah, guys, Filipinos feel it's racist, and it is in certain ways. Okay, and that's why I'm happy I'm covering this, because it was actually addressed by Filipinos, you know, that consider it racist. So yeah, guys, it's something that's in the culture. Will it change? It can change, but right now I don't see it changing anytime soon. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching. This is the Black Filipino TV. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also be sure to buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/JTBF. Thank you guys for watching. See you next video. I'm Calipan, reporting at the gym. See you later. Peace.